Harish had a wife who talked incessantly, and he was very troubled by her constant chatter. He tried many times to make her understand that she should speak less, but she never listened. This constant talking led to frequent arguments and fights. One day, Harish heard that a wise sage had come to the nearby forest. He decided to take his wife to the sage, hoping the sage could help her. Harish and his wife went to see the sage. Harish said, "Sage, please help me. My wife talks non-stop, and even after I ask her to be quiet, she keeps talking all day. This leads to constant arguments and fights. Can you please make her understand the importance of being quiet?" The sage smiled and said, "I understand your problem. Let me tell you a story that might help you both understand." The sage began, "Once there was a disciple in our ashram who talked a lot. He would gossip and complain about others, always trying to show himself as superior. He believed he was the smartest and the best among all the disciples. He would say, 'I come from a wealthy family, and I could live a comfortable life, but I chose to come here to seek knowledge and understand life.' He was always busy talking, never giving himself or others a moment of peace. One day, the guru of the ashram called all the disciples and said, 'For the next month, each of you must take a vow. This vow will help you strengthen your willpower and inner strength. You can choose any vow according to your capability. If anyone breaks their vow before the month ends, they can return to their regular routine.' All the disciples took vows according to their strength. The talkative disciple went straight to the guru and said, 'Guruji, I want to take a great vow, something that matches my abilities. Please suggest a vow for me.' The guru smiled and said, 'Are you sure you can fulfill the vow I give you? It might be very challenging for you.' The disciple, full of confidence, said, 'Yes, Guruji, I will fulfill any vow you give me.' The guru said, 'All right. For the next month, you must remain silent. Not a single word should come out of your mouth. This is your vow.' The disciple thought this was too easy and said, 'Guruji, is this even a vow? It is too simple for me. Give me something more challenging.' The guru replied, 'First, complete this vow. Then we will see if you need a more challenging one.' The disciple accepted the vow and left the guru's hut. He managed to stay silent for the first day, but by the second day he felt a heavy burden. By the third day he was restless and wanted to speak. By the fourth day he felt like he was going mad because he couldn't share his thoughts with anyone. He came to the guru, wrote down his thoughts, and asked if he should break his vow. The guru smiled and said, "Vows are meant to be challenging. Keeping them strengthens your inner power. If you can't manage this small vow, how will you handle bigger challenges in life? Many of your fellow disciples have already broken their vows and returned to their regular routines. If you cannot continue, you can also break your vow and go back to your old ways. But remember, if you cannot handle this small vow, how will you manage your entire life? The decision is yours." The disciple felt deeply moved by the guru's words. He returned to his hut and confined himself there, speaking only when absolutely necessary. 15 days passed, and most disciples had broken their vows, but he remained silent. The disciple came to the guru again and wrote, "Guruji, I am silent on the outside, but inside there is a lot of noise. My mind is full of thoughts and questions. Is my vow still valid?" The guru replied, "Yes, your vow is still valid, but you need to quiet the voices inside you. You should go somewhere where you can be alone and away from all distractions." The disciple bowed to the guru and left for the forest the next morning. He hoped to find peace and silence there. Days passed, and his vow period ended, but the disciple did not return. The other disciples began to worry that a wild animal might have attacked him. Despite searching, they could not find him. One day, another disciple asked the guru, "Guruji, what happened to our talkative brother? Did a wild animal attack him? The guru replied, "It is possible that a wild animal attacked him, but there could be another reason for his absence. Maybe he found what he was looking for." 3 months later, the talkative disciple returned to the ashram, but he was not the same person who had left. He looked calm, and his eyes were peaceful. As he entered the ashram, the other disciples surrounded him and started talking to him. They noticed that his speech was now measured and sweet. After a while, he went to the guru, touched his feet, and said, "Guruji, am I still in silence? Is my vow still ongoing?" The guru looked into his eyes for a long time and said, "Yes, you are still in silence. Your vow is still ongoing." The disciple explained, "Guruji, when I left the ashram, I was silent on the outside, but inside there was a lot of noise. I went to the forest, hoping to find peace. At first, the silence felt like a burden, but slowly the inner noise began to fade. I started hearing the sounds of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the flow of water. These sounds brought me peace. I realized how wrong I was in constantly talking and criticizing others. Now I speak only when necessary, and my mind is at peace." The guru said, "When we speak too much, it disturbs our inner peace. To find true peace, we must learn to listen and speak only when necessary. True silence comes from within." The moral of the story is that excessive talking drains our energy and disturbs our inner peace. By learning to control our speech and listen more, we can find true peace and inner strength. Harish and his wife understood the lesson. From that day on, his wife tried to speak less and listen more, bringing peace to their home.